Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carryandcut YouTube channel. If you're new here, I really do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also leave a comment down below. It really does help out the YouTube channel and I really do appreciate it. I love engaging with everybody out there in the community and answering everybody's questions. It really does help push out the content to everybody else out there. And if you guys are one of my channel members, I really do appreciate your support. It means the world to me and it makes me able to get new knives and new equipment to hopefully make the quality and the content better for you guys. So that is what I'm out to do at the end of the day, is keep pushing out content, and the better that I can do at it is hopefully better for the end watcher, you guys. So we are going to be doing a blast from the past today. This is a really cool knife that was sent to me by a good buddy over there, Jimmy Crow. So Jimmy, I really do appreciate it. If you guys missed the full review of this knife, make sure you go check that one out. It's a pretty cool little ramble I did on this thing. This is the Benchmade Leopard Cub. So this is a titanium handled knife with a steel liner lock, which is just super cool and really, interesting from the Benchmade lineup. So this is long gone, discontinued, but still a really cool knife. And check that out. I just noticed that there is actually T8 pocket clip screws on this thing, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, T8 pocket clip screws. This pivot, I'm thinking it's going to be like a T15 or something like that. It's bigger than a T10, and the T10 it'll fit in there, but it's not very tight, so we're going to be able to take it out of there no problem. But I think it's going to be a shade bigger than a T10. So one step up from that, and I don't have that bit driver down here with me right now. But let's go ahead and take these clip screws out of here and check this thing out. So really exciting. Jimmy sent this to me and I could not believe it when I opened up the box. And so this thing is one of the coolest Benchmades that I've ever seen. It has the old school Balisong logo in the butterfly. It doesn't even say Benchmade in the actual butterfly itself, which is super cool. And I'm pretty sure we even got a captive pivot right there too. So, companies nowadays still can't seem to figure that out. And this thing was doing it back almost 30 years ago. So really cool there. So let's go ahead and shift gears. We'll throw the T10 in there and see if we can pop this pivot out. It's coming right out of there, which is pretty impressive. Big old pivot screw on that thing. All right, let's see if we can go ahead and take these body screws out. So they are going to be a T8 also, which is really impressive. That's kind of crazy. A lot of companies still aren't figuring that out either. So there's a lot of spring tension going on here in that actual liner lock itself. Super long screw, which is really cool to see. Of course, it's going through the whole length of that body of the knife, so I understand why. I really do like how they did it's not a backspacer. Obviously, it's just one piece titanium mating the other sides together, but still is really cool how they did that. Really cool design feature. All right, so there's nothing holding this one in now. And check out that washer. I'm not sure what kind of material that is. If it's a hard plastic or what it is, but that is a monstrous washer in there. And the other side has a tiny little one. Interesting how they were doing stuff back in the day. There's our stop pin and our pivot. Of course, it is D-shaped. Captive pivots are always cool to see. And there's our other little washer. And that is the knife disassembled right there. Of course, we do have that stop pin in there, but it seems to be a little stuck, and I really don't think there's any reason to take it off there. So, but this is a titanium. Look at the machining on that. That is really, is that actually one piece? I don't think that is one piece. I think it might be two pieces, but still looks really cool how they have that going on there. The back's like seamless though, so I don't know. Looking at them from this angle, it almost looks like it would come apart, but I don't think it does. Really cool, really interesting how they seem to accomplish that right there. Pretty cool stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll throw our pivot screw, or actual pivot, back in here. Of course, it is captive, so make sure you're indexing this in the correct manner. If I can get it started in there. Yes, no, maybe so. A little bit of wiggle. Perfect. Nailed it. All right, clean this blade up. There's a good shot of our ATS 34 blade steel drop point leopard cub blade. Really cool. All right, our little tiny, these have to be some kind of plastic material. Still really cool to see the heritage and where this knife company came from. All right, let's throw a dab of knife pivot lube on there. Action was already pretty impressive for what this thing is and how old it is. And then let's throw another little piece like so. All right, just like that. And then we are pretty much home to the races. Start assembling this thing back together. So the front locks in with that big old monster stop pin that kind of helps it all stay in one piece in there. We'll go ahead and start threading these T8 body screws right back into position. Oh, there they went. All right, let's do our other one back here. Not going crazy tight on this thing. Just give her enough. All right, well, let's go ahead and throw our pivot screw in. I will put a little bit of Loctite on. All my tools are fairly, inexpensive and highly recommendable, and they are linked down in the description below. If you guys would like to check them out, it does help out the channel, but it's completely up to you. Go ahead and thread this dude in a little bit. It wasn't extremely tight, so we're not going to go overboard with the pivot whatsoever. I wonder, these are titanium hardware too. That's crazy. Titanium hardware on this thing. I thought they felt extremely light, which is super impressive for how old this thing is. Just really cool Benchmade stuff going on there. All right. Centering is right on the money. Action is perfect. Tighten it up just a little bit more. Try to bring it just back into center whatsoever more. Really good snappy action. Like I said, this thing was not supposed to be a fall shutty knife by any stretch, but it does fly open very well. Blade centering is right on the money. Let's go ahead and throw these pocket clip screws back in, and these are steel. Okay, so we got steel clip screws, of course, a steel pocket clip, and yeah, pretty much everything else is going to be titanium other than the steel liner itself, which is, of course, standard as today's practice is also, but still really cool bit of history that we got going on here with the actual Benchmade brand. All right, get this dude started in here. Of course, any T6s, I always like to back them off at first, get them set into their threads before you start hammering away on them. I guess the dude does not want to start into its threads very easy. Oh, I know why, because it's a T8. I don't know why I switched over to the T6. That threw me for a ringer last time. I'm just so used to going to a T6 bit for our pocket clips. Even in 2025, it's kind of hard to believe that they use T8 on their pocket clip screws. All that time ago, back in the past. So definitely a blast from the past and super cool idea and design. I imagine when this thing came out, it was pretty, I don't want to say revolutionary, but I'm not sure what the knife market was looking like back in the day then. But still, really cool. Let's get this other one started in here just for good measure here before we get tightening anything down too crazy. Of course, we're screwing into titanium, so you want to make sure your threads are set 100% before you start wrenching on anything. I know steel is definitely going to be harder than titanium is, so you just want to make sure you're taking your time, especially with something vintage and old like this. We want to make sure we extend the life of this thing as long as we can and do a really good job for our buddy Jimmy Crow for sending in these cool knives for us to check out. So that is the Benchmade Leopard Cub in all of its glory. Really cool. And Jimmy, really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate all my supporters out there helping me out along the road. And until next time, guys, I really do appreciate it. Thank you.